Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. Today we are going to be doing a first impressions of Disciples Liberation. Now I was lucky enough to actually get a key for this game, so we're going to be looking at it. It's a game that it's been on my radar for a little while, honestly. So I'm excited for it to come out. It looks really good. It's definitely the type of game that I like to play. You know, it's kind of a strategy turn-based RPG. So yeah, let's have a little look-see. It looks like the dialogue choices, all the text, it kind of comes up in this fashion where you see the pictures of people on the screen and you have dialogue choices from that, which is interesting. I guess it's kind of an easier way to do it game-wise. Combat, as you see, is this hexagon, very familiar these days pattern. Kind of cool, almost kind of like a chessboard. You've got your army, they've got their army, and you kind of make your way over here and there. I'm outnumbered here, so this could be interesting to see how well we do or don't do. I like the way the board has different elements in it. You see how like there's an area where if I was to step on it, it looks like some bad stuff will happen. It also looks like there's some power-ups on the field as well. That's kind of interesting. Like I say, this is actually like my first little pop onto this game. I don't know a tremendous amount about it, to be fair. There's not that much information out there at the moment. Not too many people talking about it. But I am playing Aviana, who seems to be the only. She seems to be the main hero, the protagonist of this story, and you go around and you can pick up companions as well, which I quite like. All the companions seem to have their own little story. You can chat to them and all that sort of stuff, so I quite like that. But Aviana, she's interesting. Now she has spells. I only have one spell at the moment, which enables me to regenerate and give myself health. I'm assuming I'm going to be able to unlock more spells as I go on through this game. But I do quite like this health spell. It's coming real handy, especially as I'm outnumbered. But because I can heal myself and I've got regeneration power, kind of means I can stop myself from dying, you know, and take those hits and knowing that I've got health to come, which is quite cool. I'm actually a massive chess fan myself, so I do like these sort of games. The strategy games, love them. Love turn-based combat. What are we gonna do? More regeneration. So she's going to be one of my favorite companions, I think. I think any companion, you know, one can deal damage and two can give health is going to be very good. All about those health characters, especially as I make so many silly mistakes. Oh, nice. Okay, so he can actually attack twice in a row, which is nice. I'm assuming because I didn't move, I was able to use that extra AP to do what I wanted with. Whereas Ariana, she has 2 AP as well, but she only has 1 action AP. So she has a move AP and an action AP. So it's going to be something to keep an eye on with the companions or the extra soldiers that we get throughout this game. The type of AP that they actually get. It looks like we always get 2 AP, but there's different types of AP or action points within this game, which is interesting. It adds an extra layer of strategy to it, which is quite cool. I like the way I've used this part of the map to kind of give myself, strategic advantage because I was outnumbered. But if they can only come at me from this way, I'm kind of limiting the amount of damage that characters are getting, and I'm maximizing the amount of damage that I'm able to put out. It's quite cool. I quite like this game. Um, like I said, I haven't played a tremendous amount of it just yet. Um, but from what I'm looking, literally first impressions, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a very good game. It's very interesting. It's Calypso Media, so their games are very strategy based. Um, so you kind of do expect a good game from them. I tell you what, it reminds me of actually. It's a game that I actually haven't played, but I have looked into quite a lot recently. King's Bounty got made and released, and you kind of traverse the map on horseback, going in, loading into battles with your army. And that seems to be what this game is and what it's about. You do seem to traverse the map on horseback, and you can acquire companions and soldiers, and then you go into battle mode, which is kind of like a separate thing entirely from the topside world. Um, so it's kind of interesting. They're the only two games I can think of that act kind of the same. They both come out this year as well, which is interesting. I like it. I do like it. I think a lot of people were saying with King's Bounty that you kind of moved across the world a little bit too slowly. And in this, in Disciples Liberation, you definitely don't have that issue. You're on horseback, you're riding along fast, which is quite nice. I also noticed that when you go into a dungeon, you're no longer on your horse. Obviously, you can't fit a horse into a dungeon, and that you're running around as Aviana, looking for battles. And then when you go into the battles, that's when you've got your companions and your soldiers with you. Then again, so it's kind of a unique way to to design a game, and I quite like it. I do. I'm quite impressed with the way it's working. So far, a couple hours in, I've had no issues whatsoever with this game. It's running very, very smoothly. Very impressed. There is some good voice acting in this game. It's not fully voice acted. There's a lot of reading, a lot of dialogue, a lot of choices, which I quite like. Um, I like that at the beginning of the game it does say that there's no right or wrong choices. It's kind of your journey and these are your choices. This is your game to play out. So that's kind of interesting. I do like a game with a choice. Although, admittedly, I like making the bad choice or the naughty choice, the choice that kind of, rewards me rather than the world. So we'll see just how well this game goes about doing that. I mean, so far in the game, I am just me with my two companions. You start out with one companion, and he's kind of like the warrior. He's the sneak. I believe he's some kind of assassin. He has like a stealth perk and stuff like that, which is quite cool. You're obviously, the magic user. And I've managed to get this priestess very, very early into my gameplay. And so she's kind of cool. I like how you can, go around collecting these companions. I haven't got any soldiers just yet. It does say that I'm able to build up an army and bring in a number of people, a number of units. You've also got a back line, which I'm finding quite interesting. I haven't had a chance to do that just yet. Obviously, very early in the game, but I'm supposed to be able to have 2 or 3 extra units operating as back lines, kind of like buffing my troops and my army. I think you can have damage dealers as well, like archers. So that's kind of cool. It definitely adds an extra layer of strategy to your typical strategy game, which I quite like. Anything that adds a little bit of depth to combat, I think, is definitely a good thing.
Would it kill you to lie? I've seen you support the Veil.
At first, I wasn't too sure what to make of this kind of the way it's doing the dialogue. I guess I'm used to cutscenes. I'm used to very pretty cutscenes and when you're talking and stuff like that. Here, it's all text based. You do see the picture of the person that you're talking to, and then it's just text. Sometimes it's voice acted, sometimes it's not. Um, I like the dialogue choices though. I do like that. It does seem to have a real impact on how your game's playing as well, which I really, really like. Seems like this game is delivering everything that it promised, which is really cool. It's going to be interesting to see just how the game shapes up, coming in the next, say, 20 hours of gameplay. It's meant to be quite a big game, 80-hour plus gameplay game. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game evolves through my choices. So yeah, so this is my first impressions. I'm actually quite looking forward to it. It looks a lot of fun. No gripes just yet. Everything's looking hunky dory. So stay tuned on the Critically Clueless. We're going to have lots of videos coming soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos on Disciples Liberation. We're going to be doing a review, tips and tricks, and all that kind of jazz. So again, I've been the Monk. We've been the Critically Clueless. Thank you for joining me, guys. And yeah, I'll be back real soon with more videos and more content. See you later.